Hey everybody. Let me know if that fan bothers you guys from hearing, and if it does, I will turn that off. But it is very warm here in New York, so just letting you guys know. So anyway, I hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's had a great day. It's like I said, I think we hit 92 or 93 here in New York today. And normally we get maybe 12 days a year where we have 90 plus temperatures. So we have high humidity here as well. So it's definitely warm. It's definitely warm. And CS Enterprise says Iran said there will be a sea of blood for the USA. All right, we're going to get into all that in a minute. Okay, we're going to get into that whole thing in a second. So anyway, so before we get started with everything, I just want to remind everybody, please, guys, be decent in the chat with each other. If you are not, my moderators will boot you out. Please, no racism, and like I said, be decent to each other. It's that kind of stuff's not going to be tolerated. This is a really family-friendly oriented channel. Okay, so just putting that out there ahead of time, so nobody can say, "Well, geez, I wonder why they booted me." Well, that's why. Okay, so. Anyway, I hope everybody's doing great, like I said. And so we're going to jump into the topic first, and we'll talk about some other stuff after that. So, Tubes of Guy 9 said Iran tried to board a British tanker. I did not see that. You need to be aware of the breaking news. I'm going to have to hold on a second. I got to look at something. Oh, tried to seize a British oil tanker 30 minutes ago. Wow, okay, well, there you go. So we can talk about that too. That's not smart on their part. Not smart at all. So let's get into the topic of Iran. Do they want to work things out? And apparently, with that breaking news that they just tried to board a British tanker, not real smart on their part, because like I said, you don't want to. The biggest thing is, like I said, you don't want to poke the bear. And the United States is the bear, basically. I mean, I know they call Russia the bear, but I gotta tell you something funny here before we really get into this topic. So when I was talking about the United States before, and I said we're the biggest bully on the block, I had somebody unsubscribe from my channel because I said we were the biggest bully on the block, and I'm like, really? You unsubscribed because I said we're the biggest bully? We are. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We have bases all over the world. And we push our will around with people. And if they don't do what we want, then we go in and do what we have to do. That's realistic. That's the way it is, unfortunately. Okay, so with this news that just came out with Iran trying to board a British tanker, that will, USA World Police. Actually, I'll tell you what I call the USA. I call the United States of America the modern-day Rome. Okay? Rome was the biggest power of their time. Huge superpower. They got overextended, too many wars, and they crumbled basically from within. And that is what is happening right now in the United States. Yeah, you're right, Missy. Some people can't handle the truth. I'm going to tell you what. With me, you will see that I am very honest. I say it just like it is. I don't sugarcoat stuff. And that's the way that I've always done it. It's just the way I am. And I'm not going to change that because somebody got their feelings hurt. If you don't realize that we are the biggest bully, then I don't know what to tell somebody. I don't know what they're paying attention to. So, but anyway, with this new development that just happened with Iran trying to board a British tanker, how come we never talk about Afghanistan? We forgot about them. The war is not going our way. You know what? That situation is just a continuous, ongoing mess over there. You look at what happened at the time it was the USSR, now it's Russia, but they were over there fighting for like 10 years and eventually pulled out of Afghanistan. So, same type of situation. Oh, thank you, Ashley. I appreciate that. She said that's why she only watches my channel because I'm a smart guy. Well, I try to be honest. I try to tell you guys and share information that is relevant. I try not to do fear mongering. When I'm giving you guys information, it's not about fear mongering. It's about just being prepared for whatever is going to happen. Trying to be ready. All of us trying to be smart together. bounce ideas off of everybody. That's what it's realistically all about. But with the new development with Iran, I was going to say that Iran probably would want to come to the table with the United States and work with us, but with doing, with doing this new thing here with trying to board a British tanker, that's not smart. You're just going to not only piss us off, the USA, you're going to piss off the UK as well. And everybody knows that when we go to war here in the last 25, 30 years, the UK is right in there with us on our side. And so is Canada. That's just always the way it has been. Now, granted, that's never, you never know when things will change. But, yeah, I have a shirt on tonight. I'm going to tell you what, you guys are lucky I have a shirt on tonight. It is hot. So I actually put my shirt on to do the live stream. And I have to laugh about that, too. When I do my videos, guys, outside, and I've been working on stuff and doing it like that, I don't wear a shirt out when it's hot because it's way, way too hot. What did you learn during your military service about the USA international relations? Well, there's a lot actually you learn in the military. You basically, I'll be honest with you, in the military, you learn to do this. You shut up, you do what you're told. That's what you learn in the military. You don't ask questions. It could be the stupidest orders in the world. And you as a grunt private could be like, that's really stupid. Who came up with that? And it's somebody higher up. That's, like I said, you do what you're told, and that's it. And that's always the way it's been in the military. So, there's the old saying, ours is not to question why. Ours is just to do and die. That's the military, summed up very, very nicely. As a soldier, you do what you're told. And, that's why I could never be a lifer. Like I said, I love my country, always have, always will. And I have a tremendous amount of respect for my fellow members, service members. I don't care what branch of the military, Air Force, Navy, Marines, Army, any of the branches. We are, shut up and listen. Right, exactly. Or the other famous one is hurry up and wait. That was always my favorite. Hurry up, get over here, hurry, hurry, hurry. And then you wait forever. So it was always hurry up and wait. You dance when they tell you to dance. Exactly, JJ. That is exactly what it is, too. And they get you amped up. They truly do. Why do you start the program before 8 p.m.? I started 2 minutes before 8. That's just kind of how I've always done it since I started doing this. So, guys, if you haven't yet, if you would shoot me a thumbs up, I would appreciate that. So just putting that out there nice and early in here in the chat. But anyway, with Iran, it's they keep pushing that envelope. They're going to get smacked, okay? And no donuts in the Foot Locker, exactly. If they continue to keep pushing the envelope, they're going to get smacked. And I'm going to tell you what, the last thing realistically that Russia or China wants is to go to war with us, because guess who wins? No one. No one wins in that kind of war. So the British Navy boat was escorting the oil tanker when this happened. There was also a U.S. surveillance plane overhead that recorded all of it happening. Wow. Yeah, that's not good. That's not smart on their part. Yeah, you know what? Somebody just said Israel would do the smackdown. It's about time if they did that they fight their own wars instead of having us fight their wars for them all the time. I know that Israel's tough, guys. I mean, they're people want to hammer on Jewish people all the time, but there's Jewish people and then there's Israelis. The Israelis, they have been fighting every freaking thing since they got over there, and they are nobody to mess with. They're really not. They're very, very disciplined. The men and the women. They will all fight. So, do I use a window air conditioner there? I have an air conditioner, and it's a window air conditioner. Hey, Don, after seeing your other video, thought you could use a few bucks to stock up on some bug repellent. Thank you very much. Yeah, there's always bugs up here. It's crazy, and thank you very much for that donation. I appreciate it. But, yeah, so what was I? Hold on a second. I'm going blank here again. That's what I do. I get distracted, and then that's the end of that. Air conditioning. Okay. So I have an air conditioner, and I can run the air conditioner off the solar and stuff like that. I generally don't. We use a lot of window fans, and so Eddie has a fan up in his room. Heather has a fan in her room, and I use a window unit in here because we're encased in by the trees. It really keeps things a lot cooler here at the homestead, so it makes it so much nicer that way. So it definitely keeps it cooler, and the fans are actually enough. But I have this like light right here on me right now, and that's pretty bright, and so that's why I have that on because of the show, so you guys can see better. So, but yeah, it's definitely, I could use the air conditioning if I want. I actually did a video a couple years ago of showing the air conditioner being used with off-grid solar, and it definitely will work, but we don't really need it that badly. So, it gets warm, but like I said, so when I sit here like this, and I got a light right here on this side of me, and I got basically it's like a spotlight over here, then it gets warm. So that definitely do. But what do I think about solar generators? It's battery capacity, guys, and having enough capacity to store your solar. That's the big difference. Like right now, like today, I was in absorption mode very, very early. I mean, 10:30 this morning, I was in complete absorption mode. Okay, and what absorption mode is you're bringing in too much power, and the unit just dumps the excess power. So I'm at a point now that I need to upgrade my upgrade my batteries or add more batteries. So that's, but solar generators, I'm not a real big fan of them, I'll be honest with you. I had a buddy of mine put out some serious money and bought a solar generator, and he was not real happy with it in the long run. It didn't work as he had thought it might. Again, it's an individual choice. Me personally, I would rather have my own system set up, have the batteries, and go from there if I was going to do that. So, but now we're off topic like way too early on this. We're getting off the rails here. So, but anyway, getting back to the whole Iran situation, with the new development today, not a smart move on Iran's part. It's almost like they're egging us to do something about it. And don't get me wrong, with the UK going and taking over the Iranian tanker, they were not happy about that. I get it. I understand, but the thing is, it's like if you ain't big enough, you don't get in the sandbox to do the fighting. And that's the reality of that. It's like that 120-pound kid that has absolutely no skills thinking he's going to beat the 220-pound MMA fighter. It's not going to happen. People, I hear all this stuff. Well, Iran's got this big army, and it's 3 times the size of, Iraq, and blah, 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 blah. You know what? Realistically, guys, I mean, and I'm going to be 100% realistic. If we wanted to, we would bomb them back to the Stone Age and never put a boot on the ground. We would bomb all their sites, all the places where they're enriching their uranium. We would put them back into the Stone Age. That's the reality of it. Now, they would cause us some damage. Sure, they would. Okay. But, Israel's big concern is Iran becoming a nuclear power. And because, obviously, they would be a huge target in a nuclear attack. Okay. So that is their concern. We've always had Israel's back, and that's just the way it is. Hey, Mountain Girl, great topic as usual. Prepare for the worst and hope for the best. That's all I do. Thank you very much for the donation, and I agree with you 100%. All we can do is just prepare, react to whatever is going to happen, and just be as ready as we possibly can be, guys, because I'll tell you right now, when it all goes down, again, like I said, even people like myself that are off grid, that I've been doing this for a long time, it's going to be a shock for everybody. And when things go from normal, RV Source says what happened today. Iran tried to board a British oil tanker, and where they were being escorted by a naval ship from the UK. So, yeah, Iran is begging to drag the U.S. into war. You are I can't disagree with you, Michael. I cannot disagree with you. It's It's not smart. I mean, the whole situation is not smart. I mean, it's like the thing when things had mellowed out here for the last 10 days, 2 weeks, that was nice, but it's just is that the calm before the storm. Like I said, I absolutely believed we were putting the chess pieces in play at that point. We were lining up our allies. We were lining up getting our resources where they needed to be. And then we were waiting. And I basically said in a video recently that the ball's in Iran's court. And I'm talking, I think it was just a few days ago that I had said that. So what happens next would be up to Iran. So with them trying to go after a British tanker, oil tanker, that's not a smart move on their part. And don't be surprised if you see retaliation from that. I mean, it's a unfortunate situation. It's almost, again, like they can't wait to fight. Both sides are like, just push me again. You ever see that in a fight, guys? And I never could understand that. One guy goes, they'll give him the push, and then the other guy gives him a push, and then he pushes him back, and he pushes. They do that type of stuff. I never could understand it, because I was always the type of guy, and I'm going to tell you what, I am anything but from being a tough guy. I don't think I'm Billy Bad A. I just take care of business if I have to take care of business. So if somebody put their hands on me and pushed me, I always came back with a punch, always, because it's like, don't think you can put your hands on me and think that that's okay, because that is never okay. We all have our little invisible area around us, and when people violate that area, then they're going to get what they're going to get. So I always reacted in that way. And people, well, you throw the first punch. I was more than happy to throw the first punch. I don't care. So, but that's many, many moons ago. Haven't been in a fight since I was 27 years old. So long, long time. But would China help Iran? That is a good question. I know that, Russia and China kind of have Iran's back to a point, but I don't think that they're going to want to get into all out. If we did surgical strikes, okay, and again, this is strictly my opinion. If we did surgical strikes and hit those installations where they're enriching their uranium, maybe worked on, taking out some of their infrastructure as far as communications, their electrical grid and that type of stuff, it definitely would, I think if we just did it like that and then backed off, then I think that you would not see China or Russia get involved. But I think that if it continued and we just continued and continued and continued, then possibly they might get involved. There would be discussions first. I don't think that they're going to just jump right into something. I really, truly do not, Oh, my God. This person, U.S. was built on the genocide of Native Americans, filthy hypocrites. I love that argument all the time. Listen, throughout the entire complete history of mankind, and let's talk about the Native Americans for a second, okay? Let's talk about the Native Americans who attacked each other all the time, who took over territory from each other all the time. The biggest bully on the block. Oh, Eddie's bringing Bella in. Okay, Eddie, she don't want to be in here. She's making all kinds of noise. The American Indian attacked each other all the time. Whoever was the stronger one took over the weaker ones, okay? It just so happens that when Europeans came over here all that time ago, they happened to be the biggest and the strongest one, and they did what they did, and they took it over, okay? Unfortunately, was it right? No, I'm not saying it was right, but it is what it is. When the Mongols rolled through Asia and took over everything, was that right? No, but it was what it was because they were the biggest and the strongest. When Alexander took over most of the known world at the time, including India, parts of China, all those areas, was that right? No, but it is what it is. So I get so tired of everybody. The Vikings, another one, exactly. They attacked, the British Isles and took over large portions of what is now, the UK. So for bringing the cat. Okay, thank you, Prepper Nick. Thank you very much. Yeah, he's a good cat. She's our old girl. She's like 9 years old, so she doesn't like being messed with. But again, always, I'm two tribes of Indians. I'm not mad. No, that's cool, man. And here's the thing is, now, what happened way back when, we can't do anything about. Being Americans, we are the melting pot. I mean, myself, I'm English, Irish, Scottish, Dutch, German, and a little bit of Spanish. So I'm a true American because I'm a mutt. I mean, I am a true mutt, okay? And that's just the way it is. I mean, everybody wants to always, I get so tired, really, truly, I do get so tired. It is fashionable. So here's the thing is we're in a society now. Let's get real for a second, okay? Get real for a second. We're in a society now that it's okay to blame everything on the white people. Everything is white people's fault, okay? Absolutely the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life, okay? We did not, and like I said, I'm going to get real for a second, okay? People in the United States, way back in the whole slavery days, we did not go over to Africa with butterfly nets and capture people over in Africa. What happened was people in Africa sold other people from Africa to these people. The slave trade has gone on forever. The slave trade continues to go on now. White people have been slaves. Asian people have been slaves. Black people have been slaves. Jamaican people have been slaves. All across the board, always somebody is, been slaves. And they're still happening to this day. Slavery continues around the world. It's never going to stop as long as there's a supply and a demand. And that's the reality of it. So I get really, really tired of, first slaves were white indentured people. Exactly. Actually, the first slave owner in the United States was a black man. I don't know if people knew that or not, but that is the reality and that's the truth. The first slave owner in the United States was a black man. So, again, but I'm not going to hash up and beat up that because everybody's going to have their views. They're going to think what they want to think, which is fine. But I get really, really tired of people always blaming white people for everything. I mean, I understand it's fashionable. The white people are the villain right now, which I think is freaking ridiculous. I saw a thing on Facebook, which was really, really funny. It says, white people, the only group of people that it's okay to discriminate against. And it happens all the time. The Somalians sold West Africans as slaves. Exactly, Prepper Nick. It's been going on forever. It's just been going on forever. So, but like I said, I'm proud to be white. I happen to be born white. I had no control over it. So, I'm never going to be ashamed of being white. And see, that's also very fashionable now. They try to make white people be ashamed of being white, which I think is stupid. Whatever color you are, guys, I don't care if you're black, if you're an American Indian, if you're Chinese, Japanese, Korean, Asian descent, okay? Whatever your background is, and that's what you are, you should be proud of that. Mountain Girl, English, Irish, German, Polish, and native Maine Indians thrown in. Shout out to the mixed breeds. There you go. And thank you very much, hon, for that donation. Yeah, we're all, what? You're not going to find anybody that's been in the United States for 100 years, their family's been in the United States for 100 years, that is pure anything, okay? If you look at true people from Africa, okay, hold on a second. I'm going to bring her over here a second. Okay, you see how black this cat is? The real people in Africa are dark like that, okay? White is a new minority, Prepper Nick says. Well, it's fashionable to discriminate against white people and blame everything on them. That's what I'm just kind of saying. But anyway, true Africans are that color. Now, if you look at a lot of the blacks that are in the United States, varying degree of colors, which means they have American Indian in them, they have, Asian in them, they have white in them. We are a mixed, eclectic group of people, okay? There is no shame in that, none whatsoever. My niece, who is a blue-eyed blonde, her father, on his side of the family, they have Native American in them. So she is part, Native American. But she's a blue-eyed blonde. So, Hey, Jennifer, thank you very much for that donation. I appreciate that. I don't know how this went on a race thing. I have no idea why that went that way. Whatever happened to uprising against Maduro in Venezuela? Yeah, you know what, Joe? Great question. That kind of died out pretty quickly because when the military did not get behind the opposition leader, nothing happened from that point on. That's got real quiet down there. I noticed that as well. The whole distraction, the whole distraction from that situation. Now we got the whole Iran situation, which is now in the forefront of things. The race thing is a real problem in the USA. I don't disagree with you. You know what? And why is that? Let's think about this. Okay, it's a great comment. The race thing is a real problem in the USA. The United States, let's think about this a second, guys, okay? The United States and South Africa are the only two countries in the world that go by race. And who perpetuates that? Let's think about this a second, guys, okay? Let's really break it down. Who perpetuates it? Who keeps it going? Who keeps the hatred going all the time? Oh, let's see. The media, the government. If we are all fighting each other because I'm better than you because I'm a different color than you, we're never going to ever focus on what the real problems are, okay? We are all human beings. I don't care. Like I said, again, I'm going to tell you what. I don't care what color anybody is. If you're cool with me, I'm going to be cool with you. That's the way I have been my entire life. Always have been. I can tell you stories of stuff that's happened, okay? I've been discriminated against because I'm white, which I just always laughed at it. When somebody called me cracker, I always just laughed because I thought it was funny. I mean, because that's just stupidity. In my view, that's just straight up ignorance, but that's okay. But, we are, with the government and the media behind it, pushing that out there, pushing that agenda all the time, okay? There always are going to have problems because people get their feelings hurt. They feel like they're not being treated right. I'm going to tell you what, anybody in this country, if you put in the work ethic and you work hard and you get the grades and you do the work, you can get ahead in this country. That's the one thing about the United States that's awesome. Some say the white race will not be in 150 years. Preppernick just said that. Well, you know what? What's happening is, the reality is we're being bred out. Eventually, everybody will be a brownish color, maybe lighter or darker. And then you watch what happens when that time comes. If you're lighter or if you're darker, it's going to be your status. Even in the black community. Go into the black community. If you are a lighter skinned black, you're looked upon better. If you are a really dark, like if you're straight from Africa, just came over from Africa, they're not looked as high upon because they're darker. Now, to me, like I said, again, I think that all of that is stupid. It's stupid. Okay, I know, Debbie. We got on a ramble. We got off on this tangent here. With people were asking about different things. But anyway, again, the race thing is it's another whole kettle of fish. We could do a whole chat on the race thing. But, like I said, the problem is, in my opinion, the government perpetuates us all hating each other. They want us to all hate each other. That's why I won't do it, okay? Realistically. I won't do it because that's what they want. I'm not going to be brainwashed into thinking that I'm better than somebody else because of the color of my skin, which is the stupidest thing ever. I have met some people that were different colors than I am, all different colors, that were way smarter than I am, okay? I respect everybody as long as they respect me. And that's how I roll. And, if you want to hate me because of the color of my skin, then all I have for you realistically is pity. That's all I have for you because you don't deserve anything else. That you were so gullible to fall into that trap that they want you to fall into, that's sad. And don't get me wrong, okay? Let's talk profiling for a second. Let's talk profiling, all right? Are black people profiled? Yes, they are. Absolutely they are, okay? At times. Now, me, being a guy that rides a Harley, that have my head shaved, I have a goatee, I wear earrings, do I get profiled? You better believe I get profiled. With the tattoos, I absolutely get profiled. Preppernick says, I agree. Thank you very much. And thank you again for that donation again. I appreciate that. But again, I get profiled, okay? And I'm going to tell you what, I don't do drugs. Pull me over 7 days a week, I could care less, because you're not going to find squat in my car. Never will. It's not going to happen because I don't have it. I'm probably not going to be DWI, because if I do go out and have a drink or two, that's exactly what it is, a drink or two, okay? I'm not out there getting hammered and then jumping in my car and driving. Now, did I when I was younger? Oh, yeah, absolutely I did. Laws were different back then. It's a whole different kettle of fish back in the day. But again, things have changed. You have to pay attention. It's a game, guys, okay? And I hate to put it like that. Realistically, in life, everything that goes on, it's all a big game. So you play the game, okay? L. Gibson says, the powers that are pushing the issues in the past because they can't fix the problems of today, and some are too stupid to realize it. God help us all. Okay, Bubba. All right. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely. Because they won't take care, and thank you, L. Gibson, for that donation as well. They won't fix the problems that we got going on now, so they want to bring up and stir up the past. I'm going to tell you what. Here's today, okay? This is the future. This future is wide open. You can make it be anything you want. When I say at the end of my videos, the only person that can stop you in life is you, there's right there. Here's your future, okay? Here's now. Here's today. Back here, it's gone, okay? I don't care how much you dwell on it, how much you carry it around like a cancer. It's not going to change. That's over. It's done with. There's nothing you can do about it, okay? Focus on what you have total and complete control over, which is right now and your future. When I tell people you can accomplish anything, guys, you can accomplish anything. Anything you want. You can do anything you want within reason of the law, obviously, and your capabilities. Like, I will never be president of the United States, but guess what? I don't want that job, okay? So that is not a realistic expectation for myself. Now, here's somebody that could be president of the United States down the road if they wanted to, and that's Heather, okay? Heather, one day, if she wanted to, that's what she could do. Now, she has other aspirations, but again, we all have, if you set realistic goals, we can all reach them, and that's the reality of it. Let that past go, guys. You can't change it. It's over. It's done with. Doing the poor me and I'm a victim mentality, I cannot stand that either. I'll be honest with you. I cannot stand a victim mentality when you can do something about it yourself. And you know what? Is life fair? Nope. No, absolutely not. It's not fair. Okay? But that's the reality of things. It's a game. It's a big game. We're all playing this game. So it's how you play the game. Once I realized, and this is a kind of a weird thing, once I realized that it was a big game and the deck is stacked against us, I kind of went, okay, Tony Robbins, yeah. Tony Robbins, the past does not equal the future. Exactly. Absolutely, 100%. Very, very good statement. But let's get back to Iran and Persia. Yeah, okay. I know, guys. I apologize. I got on my soapbox. Don't get me on my soapbox. But anyway, you know, that whole situation over there right now with this new development with the UK tanker, not a good situation. Definitely something to pay attention to. There's a lot going on. There's definitely a lot of scary stuff going on, and I'm not going to lie. But we can't. Yeah, I was ranting, Schmitty. Yeah. There is, you know, there's overwhelmed if we let ourselves, okay? Again, what do we have control over? We have control over our little life. Kevin H. says, war with Iran will be a real war, not like Iraq. Again, Kevin, you know, like I said, I think if we sat back and just bombed the crap out of them for a while, we basically bombed Iraq into submission. And if we wanted to, I think that we could do the same thing, you know, here as well. Little Prepper Lady to be at the PN1 get together. Well, yes, she will be there. Yep, she will be there, Prepper Nick. And thank you for that donation. I'm sorry to say, but Reagan should have leveled the place way back then. Pam Sherry just said that. Oh, I'm going to tell you what. Let's go back to that whole situation with the whole the American hostages at the embassy. If I was president, not unlike Jimmy Carter, who was a weak president, but nice man, but very weak president, I basically would have brought our ships into the bay. I would have said, you have 3 days to release our citizens, bring them out to these ships, or we will nuke your city, period. Period. And guess what? Everybody would have been behind us around the world. We would have had world support, because what they did with taking our citizens hostage for over a year, ridiculous that we allowed that to happen. Once they released the prisoners right after the inauguration when Reagan went into office, because Reagan wasn't going to play with them, and they knew it, okay? But if you went in there and said, you're giving our people back or we're going to nuke you. Okay, yeah, we're going to lose all those hostages, but you're going to lose your entire country. They would have happily turned them over very, very quickly. You can't play games with people, okay? That's the reality of a situation. With a situation like that, when they took over the embassy back then, they should have taken care of business back then and just done what they had to do. Carter started radical Islam by not helping the Shah. The Shah he had a whole lot of issues too. He was killing a lot of people that shouldn't have been killed. I don't care what government you have in play. There's always going to be corruption, and with any government, guys. Now, like I said, the situation now with what's going on, it's unfortunately, I feel as this stuff continues to happen, it's not dying away and going away. So, unfortunately, I think it's just a matter of time before something happens. Now, how bad that's going to end up being we're going to have to see what happens. But I think you're looking at more of a bombing campaign, and we're going to take out those nuclear facilities. That's going to be, besides the infrastructure as far as the electrical grid and their military installations, that's going to be the number one target, is the places where they're enriching uranium and those type of things. And yeah, bombing them back to the Stone Age wouldn't be war. You're right, L. Gibson. She says Iran thinks that Trump won't go to war because of what the press has said. Bombing them back into the Stone Age, there won't be a war. Right. And exactly, if we bomb the crap out of them, that's got to, you think about what we did with Iraq, okay? We bombed the crap out of them. Just continuous. And there was nothing they could do. If you have air superiority, which in this situation we would again, how far from Dansville Airport is the state park? Do you guys have Ubers and taxis? Are there hotels in there? Yeah, there's hotels in town. They do have taxis down there in that area. The Dansville Airport is a small airport, so they probably, if you were going to fly in New York, you would probably have to go to Buffalo or Rochester. The Dansville Airport is a little small airport. It's that you couldn't, unless you had your own little Cessna and flew in that way. But but they do have hotels and stuff like that in Dansville that you could stay and stuff like that. So make them into a big cat box. End of subject. Oh, exactly. If that's like I said, if it comes down to it, guys. Unfortunately, the United States will do what it has to. And in that case, I don't think boots on the ground is the answer. I don't think we ever have to put boots on the ground. We go in there and spank them, and that'd be the end of the story. We don't even have to put boots on the ground. And for once, instead of going back in and rebuilding everybody's infrastructure like we keep doing all the time, leave them back in the 17th century. Bomb the crap out of them if you're going to do it. If you're going to do it, and then just walk away. That's it. End of story. But they, again, remember the Gulf War, it didn't last long. Exactly. I can't remember how many, if somebody could remind me, how many days in a row did we bomb them, Iraq, before we actually even went in there? And I'm talking the second Gulf War, not the first one, the second time. How many days in a row did we bomb them first before we went in there? And I know it was quite a while. I appreciate what you do, Brenda McKinney said. Thank you very much, Brenda. I appreciate that. And thank you for that donation. I appreciate that. So I want to talk about, guys, I'm going to get off subject again, but this time in a good way. We're having the prepper get together. Okay. If anybody watched my video from earlier, and if you haven't yet, if you could shoot me a thumbs up, I would appreciate that. No more boots on the ground. Exactly. No more dead soldiers. I agree with you, Pamela. There's no reason for it. If we don't have to, we shouldn't have to do that. So if you haven't given me a thumbs up yet, guys, I would appreciate it if you would. So anyway, August 17th at Letchworth State Park, and I'm going to spell it for you. It's Letchworth, okay, Letchworth State Park in New York, and it's going to be at the Eddy, EDDYS, Eddie's Pavilion, okay? At the park, we're going to be doing a get-together. I just reserved it. I went to the park today, reserved the pavilion today. It's got electricity in the pavilion. It's a covered pavilion, and we have areas outside to cook. There's bathrooms right there within walking distance, a very short ways. They have a parking lot, so plenty of parking. We're going to be doing a prepper get-together on the 17th of August. So it's about 5 weeks away. And so if you're interested and if you want to come, everybody's welcome. And I think it'd be a really cool time for other preppers to get together. So somebody said I should live stream it. I don't know if I could live stream from the park, but I will definitely do video. And I'll get a bunch of videos and I'll throw them all up afterwards. And as long as everybody was okay with that, and I think that would be a lot of fun. I think it's great to get together with like-minded people. We should probably do a yearly thing like that. I think doing that would be a lot of fun. And maybe next time we'll set it up way ahead of time, so that way we have it set up way ahead of time, and wipe out their airports and their shipping facilities. James just said, yeah, just take out everything, and that would be the end of that. But again, like I said, we're going to be doing this get together. It's going to be August 17th. It is a Saturday. And I'm hoping that anybody, like I said, anybody that wants to come do it, more than welcome to come. And you haters out there, if you want to come on. Let's see if you want to say what you say on YouTube. Say it in person. I'd be really interested to see if you would do that. Are dogs allowed? Yeah, people bring dogs. Yep. People bring dogs to the park, but you're going to have them leashed and stuff like that. Paul P. said the Iranian people are not the bad guys. Well, it's just like the American people are not the bad guys. The average American citizen does not want to go to war. They don't. So the average Iranian citizen does not want to go to war. You have to understand, they're being fed a tremendous amount of propaganda, just like we are. We are fed a tremendous amount of propaganda all the time. Ooh, the big boogeyman is now Iran. Okay, it used to be Iraq. Was ISIS. These are the big boogeymen. They're always giving us somebody that we need to be afraid of, okay? We have nothing to fear from Iran. I'm telling you that right now. There's nothing to fear from Iran. They're not going to come over and take over the United States of America. That's a guarantee. Not going to happen. But, everybody loves to hate Americans. Exactly. Well, because we are the ones we're the biggest bully, So don't mess with the Zohan. Right, exactly. But, it's just, again, the average Iranian citizen does not want war. I think the average American citizen does not want war. I'm going to tell you, my kids will be 18 this year in October. Do you think I want them to go into the service and die for oil or for rich people? I don't. Now, I'm an ex-service member, guys. I mean, as you know that. I'm ex-military, okay? But, I don't want that for my kids. I want them to have a good life. I want them to be able to enjoy their lives. And and a lot of the people that go into the military, I went into the military. I was looking for money for college. I was looking to my future, obviously. Now, thankfully, when I was in, we were not at war. Very, very lucky in that aspect. Now, I'll be honest with you. I was gung-ho. My first tattoo, guys, right here, I don't know if you can see it so well. It says "Fight or Die." Fresh out of basic training, I was 19 years old, They got you so jacked up, you're just ready to go, that they pointed you in a direction, you would have gone and you would have done it. And I would have, without a question, nothing to think about, okay? As a mature man now, because at 19 you're a boy, as a mature man, there's no way I'm going to let somebody manipulate me. Absolutely not going to happen. But the thing is, I look at things differently now. I look at things rationally. I look at the manipulation that's being done to us on a daily basis, and I go, no, not playing, not doing it. The day is coming when we have to fight our own government. Schmitty just said that. You know what? I wouldn't shock me if that eventually does happen. People are going to get to a point where they've had enough, and they're not going to put up with the crap anymore. You know, this whole victim mentality of so many people in this country is depressing. You know, be proud of who you are, be proud of where you came from, get off your butts and go make something of your lives. I don't care where you come from. I don't care what, class that you came from. If you were poor, middle class, rich, obviously the rich definitely have an advantage. Oh, you're taking a picture of Belle.
She's angry.
You need to say some thank yous.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. Here comes Heather. She wants to talk to you guys a second.
First, if I say Belle's in here because I'm sewing right now and she's angry that I had to kick her out. So that's the only reason. And I want to thank everybody for all the cards that I've received for graduation. It means a lot. Doing what everyone's expected to do, but still getting praised for it. It's pretty nice.
Right.
But no, thank you everyone that sent me a card. I've kept all of them. I've kept every card I've ever gotten from you guys. So it means a lot. So.
All right. Well, thank you.
And here's, I don't know if you can see. There's what Belle is.
That's funny. Yeah, she's
She's
laid out. Yeah, I'm gonna
right
kick
now.
this around here real quick, guys. Is the Eddy Pavilion handicap accessible? There is a path the back way that'll bring you right up to the pavilion. So you can get up there. Yes, if you are handicapped, you can get right up to the pavilion. There's a road that goes right up to it. So I got to show you guys real quick. So there's Bella. She's all chilled out there. And we got Maxie's over there. Maxie's my boy. He's always with me. So. Yeah, little prepper lady will be there as well. Yep, she's gonna be at the get together. So you guys will all get to meet her as well. Like I said, if you guys can come, that would be awesome. I'm really looking forward to meeting everybody. I think it'll be a really good time. Like I said, anytime you get together with like-minded people and you can go over things and talk about things, I think that's really, really cool. And, maybe you can make some connections with people, and old-time reunion. Exactly, But, that's the whole thing. I think it'll be a lot of fun. So, yes, if you can make it, like I said, more than welcome. Anybody, if you wants to come, you can come. I think like I said, I think it'll be a really, really good time, and we can have a lot of fun. And Letchworth is a beautiful park. I mean, we have the pavilion from 9 o'clock in the morning until 10 o'clock at night. So you get a chance to explore the park. I think it's like $6 or $7 to get into the park. But, bring a dish to pass, everyone. Yeah, little prepper lady just said that. Yes, please. I think that's the way we're going to do it. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to provide like hot dogs and hamburgers. I'm going to do that. And then everybody bring a dish to pass. We got a ton. I think there's like 23 picnic tables in this pavilion. So we got a lot of picnic tables, and it'll be a lot of fun. It'll be a lot of fun. And I think that we could have a really good time. And like I said, we got all day long. There is an area for swimming down, farther in the park. So if you want to go swimming, that's free. Once you've paid to get into the park, you can go swimming. Explore the park. It's like a huge gorge. It is absolutely gorgeous. There's some nice waterfalls. So, like I said, if you want to come and hang out and then go explore the park a little bit and come back, like I said, we got the pavilion all freaking day long. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So like I said, I'm really, really looking forward to it. How far from New York City? You're looking at about a 6-hour drive, I think it is, from New York City, in that range. So The get-together is going to be at Letchworth State Park. It's in New York, and you guys can look it up, and you'll be able to see it. It's really easy. It's a huge, huge park, and it's absolutely gorgeous in there. And it's going to be at the Eddys, EDDYS Pavilion. So I thought that when they had 2 different places open, and when I saw the Eddys Pavilion was open, I'm like, oh yeah, we got to do it there. In camping, there's places around there that you can reserve for camping. I don't know if you can get spots in the park itself. You can actually check it out if you call them ahead of time. And yeah, Ed and Eddie, exactly. The first thing I thought about, Robert, when I saw that. But yeah, when I saw that the Eddys Pavilion was open, I said it's got to be the one. That's the one we got to go to. So 6 hours from Virginia, practically a day trip. Exactly. So yeah, you can drink beer. It's going to be bring your own booze. Like I said, what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to provide hot dogs and hamburgers for everybody. So if I can kind of get some kind of a head count ahead of time so I know what to buy, that would be helpful. So, but Lebanon Bologna. Yeah, I love Lebanon Bologna. So, but yeah, so I think it'll be a lot of fun. It's going to be bring your own booze. So if you want to drink, you got to bring your own booze. What is the nearest town to the park with hotels? Okay, Mount Morris is right there. There's hotels right in Mount Morris. So you can get a hotel right in town. They have everything right there. Yep, somebody just put it up there. Little prepper lady just put it up there. Mount Morris. That is the closest town. It's right outside of the park. And like I said, so it's really, I mean, like from Maryland, if you were down in Maryland, you're looking at about a 4.5-5 hour drive. So it's not really that bad, And like I said, you guys can come up and hang out. If you guys, want to, if you drink, behave. Yeah, be smart, guys. I'll tell you what, right? That's the thing is, I don't want anybody to get popped for DWI, anything like that. That's not having a good time. So, yeah, no cannabis. They won't allow that. There will be park police around. They are around up there, okay? So, again, it's about being respectful. It's just like on here. We're going to go into the park. We're going to have fun. We're going to have a good time. There's a playground. So if you're bringing your kids, they got a playground right there. They're actually right now, because I was there today, they're redoing that playground. And it should be done, by the time we do our get-together. So, yeah, simple. Be responsible. Yep, exactly. Be responsible. Be respectful. That's it. And, yeah, game wardens in the parks do not play. You are right, JJ. They do not. So, again, this is about all of us getting together, hanging out, having a great day, enjoying each other's company, and that's it. So what I'm going to do, though, guys, on my Facebook page for Prepper Nurse One, okay, I'm going to put the event. I'm going to put that event up there, okay, and so that way, if you want to come and if you have Facebook, go on there and do it that way, and and say that yes, you're coming, or no, you're not coming. Bill, yeah, 1,590 miles is a drive. That is a drive. Need security? I don't think we're going to worry about security. Like I said, I'm expecting everybody to be decent and respectful. I think there'll be enough people there that if you're not, there'll be enough people that will be able to take care of that situation. So, like I said, it's not like hiding in your mom's basement saying awful, horrible things to people. Face to face, people will not act like jerks. And if they do, then they're going to get what they get. And that's the reality of that. So just being honest. Hey, Heath? So hold on a second, guys. Heather! Did she go out? I don't know if she went out. Anyway, but yeah, so it should be a lot of fun. We should have a great time. And like I said, just if you want to come, you're more than welcome to. So we're going to set up a thing on Prepper Nurse One on Facebook. Let people know, and I don't have Facebook. Can I do it at your website? Yeah, no, well, ICU 812, yeah. What we can do, too, it's like if you want to contact me through my email, preppernurse1@yahoo.com, we can do it that way as well. So, again, just so I can kind of get an idea of a head count of what we're going to have for people coming. And, Oh, troll alert. Okay. Yeah, if somebody sees that, would you guys take care of him, please? There's no sense for stupid stuff, guys. But yeah, so we're gonna have a good time, and we're just gonna enjoy each other's company, have a great day, and like-minded people getting together and talking about prepping and living off grid and getting ready. L. Gibson, unavailable to travel any longer, but wanted to help. Use for hamburgers and hot dogs. Thank you very much, hon. I appreciate that, and I will definitely use that to help buy hamburgers and hot dogs. So again, if we get a good head count, that could be a lot of hot dogs and hamburgers. So I appreciate that. Thank you so much for that donation, and that will be used for that for sure. So, where's your sister, Eddie? Okay, would you go tell her to lock up the chickens, please?
Hi.
So, no, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. It should probably be pretty warm. End of August, it'll pretty warm up here. So, like I said, if you guys want to go swimming, oh, she already did. Okay, great. Thank you, honey. Again, guys, if you haven't shot me a thumbs up yet, I would appreciate it if you would do that. That would be great. You already did. I didn't know you did, honey.
That's why I came through first.
Okay. Well, I didn't know. I thought maybe. Okay. Southern Ohio Solar Haven figured you could use some help with the new power building. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And thank you for that donation. It's the Southeast Ohio Solar Haven. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, it'll be warm, guys. So again, bring your swimsuits, towels, and that type of stuff. They have a huge swimming pool down in the park that you can go swimming on. Go swimming there. A lot of really cool stuff to see. If you've never been to Letchworth State Park, it really is a treat. It's a beautiful, beautiful park. And yeah, a little prepper lady just said, anyone that wants her to help them look up transportation, just email her. Oh, the Jewish people, yeah. Well, the Israelis, yeah, they would definitely like to take out Iran because they're afraid of them becoming a nuclear power and dropping a nuke on them. And if you were in that situation, you would feel that same way.
Could you have someone, please?
Yeah, go ahead.
Thanks.
So, well, we do a lot of bidding for Israel. I'm not going to lie about that. That is absolutely true. We definitely do a lot of bidding for them. Why did Trump say dance? I didn't. Wait, hold on a second. 1 second. I got to see what that comment was. Why did Trump say dancing Arabs when it was Israelis arrested on 9/11? I have no idea. I have no idea what you're talking about. If I did, I would be able to answer you, but I have no idea what you were saying. Who's behind the wars in the Middle East? Okay, hey, you know what? You're entitled to your opinion. Absolutely entitled to your opinion. Lucky Larry Silverstone owns World Trade Center. Didn't show up to work that day and made $4 billion off of the insurance. Right, and I heard that he had just reinsured it. He made a fortune off of that. A fortune. Yep. No, 9/11 can be talked about. There's a lot of things with 9/11. We've talked about 9/11. I've done some chats 11. So yeah, it's Spencer just says 5.5 hour drive for them. Okay. But yeah, guys, if you want to come, like I said, it's going to be a lot of fun. Use Avon Skin So Soft for bugs, works good. Yeah, the bugs have been bad this year. We've had so much rain. We've had a tremendous amount of rain this year, so it has definitely affected everything. It's so we've had way more bugs than normal. Is it a weekend or how many days for the get together? It's a Saturday, so we're gonna have that pavilion all day long on that Saturday just for that day. So now here's another thing going on that weekend on the Sunday. If you guys drive up here, they have the Pogues Hole motorcycle run. It's a hill climb. It's a motorcycle hill climb. A lot of people go to that. That's going to be on that Sunday. So that actually would be a lot of fun if you guys want to see something really cool. It's called Pogue's Hole, and they're going to be doing that on the Sunday. And it's a hill climb. They climb up with these motorcycles. They climb up this hill. It is wild to watch that. So that would be something if you wanted to check that out too. Hurricane Barry is fixing to bear down on New Orleans. I heard reports, guys, too, that they were saying that we're going to be in for like 6 major hurricanes this year. So, do you have salt potatoes? Probably bring those. Yeah, I don't have the salt potatoes, but yeah, we could cook salt potatoes too. That would be, that would be something else that we could definitely do. But anyway, yeah, like I said, that should be a fun weekend, guys. If you're definitely interested, please come and check that out. If you haven't yet, guys, if you could shoot me a thumbs up. I wasn't even really paying attention to that today. I got off on a tangent, got on my soapbox. You got me going. Yeah, a lot of rain coming to the south with the hurricane coming. I know we're supposed to get rain tomorrow. Yeah, there's like 3 grills out in front of the pavilion, guys. So we can use those. We can cook whatever we want. We can have one for like hots and hamburgers. We can do chicken, anything you want to bring. If you want to cook something on the grill, you're more than welcome to. Like I said, it's going to be an all-day event. We're just going to have a great time, talking, having a good time. Like I said, nice meet and greet. So what is a salt potato? Oh my God. If you haven't had a salt potato, you got to have a salt potato. Yeah, they're really good. You got to look it up, Ryan. Look it up. It's really, really good. So anyway, guys, it is that time. So I am going to jump off here from now. Yeah, we are Legion. Exactly. Katie just said that. That is the important thing too. I want you guys to remember before I jump off here. I'm gonna go on another little rant real quick. We are this huge, huge group of people, and we can truly make a difference in this world, okay? When things go south, which they will, we are that front line. We are the ones that are going to really, truly help a lot of people. When I say we are Legion, it's not in a dynamic form, guys, okay? Legion is used in, and so people were saying, well, it's used in the Bible, and that's great. Fantastic. There was also the Roman legions, and there's all different. What about the American legions for the veterans? Are they bad? You know what I'm saying? So I'm not using it in a bad term. When I say we are Legion, because we are many, we are many. We can really, truly make a big difference in the world. We really, truly can. So that's important to remember. Remember, guys, we are all in this together. Also remember, hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in the world. So to tell the people that you care about every single day that you love them, that's really, really important. Also remember, guys, STD. It's one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Don't panic with what's going on, okay? That's really important. Just focus on what you can control, what you can take care of. Work methodically towards your goals. If it's prepping, if it's living off grid, just keep working at that. When the time comes and something happens, we have to deal with it in that type of a situation at that point. So just remember that, okay? I will see you guys all tomorrow. I hope everybody's doing well, and I appreciate all of you. I really, truly do. You guys are awesome. I love our get-togethers. We are a huge family, and so we're going to have a nice family gathering here in August, okay? I will see you guys tomorrow. Prepper Nurse 1 out for now.